India is one of the world's foremost economies, with a GDP of $1.87 trillion. Despite this, 24% of its population is estimated to live on less than $1.25 a day. The WHO recommends the government spending on healthcare should be at least 5% of the GDP, but the Indian government spends less than 2% of the GDP on health.
People living in poverty are especially vulnerable to serious illnesses, and hundreds of thousands of people die every year in India due to lack of access to medical treatment. When poor people face a life-threatening illness, the entire family's lives are thrown upside down because they have no way to pay the hospital bills. Many end up selling all their belongings or taking loans from loan shacks at extremely high interest rates, which they can never pay back. Many studies indicate that spending on healthcare is the second major cause of death among the poor.
Now there is hope for these poor patients. Right to Live, a project of Koti Foundation, is addressing these problems by providing funding and personal assistance to underprivileged patients who can't afford their medical treatment. Over 100 people have received life-saving treatment due to our crowdfunding platform dedicated exclusively to raising funds for medical treatment.
See, her mother is a single mother. She's got 3 kids. And, struggling. She's an illiterate, uneducated lady, doing some work as a maid in people's homes. And her income is like very, very minimal.
So here we have James, the founder of Building Blocks with us. So hi James, and
Hi.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions about your student Safia.
Yeah.
Okay, Safia is studying here and I got to know she was suffering from meningitis disease.
Yes.
And how did you get to know about this disease?
She is one of my students, and we came to know that she was admitted in a hospital. And when I went to see her at the hospital, the conditions were really bad. We didn't know what to do. We had heard about Right to Live and how they are supporting people that are in desperate need, who have no financial support or capacity to be able to handle medical situations. So we approached Right to Live, and they were very, very, generous, wanting to help us. They came to us and said that we can help you with all the aftercare, which she really needed therapy. Her mental condition was so bad, she could not even stand straight, she could not walk, she could not hold her head high, she could not even raise her hands. So the physical therapy was such a need, and Right to Live came to us just at the right time to support and help this condition from which she needed to be rescued. Thank you, Right to Live.
So here we have Cheryl Obel from Right to Live. So what is Right to Live?
Right to Live is the main project of the Cote Foundation. And what we do is we get medical treatment for very poor people. We help them raise the funds when they have no hope, when they have a critical medical condition but they can't afford the hospital bills. We step in and help them to raise the funds. Well, we believe that health is every human's right.
Okay, so सफिया को क्या हुआ था? तुम्हारा हमारे से मुलाकात कैसे हुआ था?
बुखार आ गया था उसको। बुखार आने के बाद में इधर डॉक्टर ने कहा कि उसे एडमिट करना, बहुत सुस्त हो गई करके। बाद में मैं इधर से बोरिंग पे लेके गई शिवाजी नगर। लेके जाने के बाद में उधर डॉक्टर ने बताया उसको ब्रेन फीवर आ गया, कोमा में जाके चले गए, वेंटिलेटर की ज़रूरत है, आईसीयू में रखना करके। उधर आईसीयू में जगह नहीं था, फिर भी ऐसे वैसे करके आईसीयू में जगह दिए, बाद में वेंटिलेटर में रखा। रख के 4 रोज़ तक वो भरोसा नहीं दिए कि जीने का नहीं, बस नहीं पाएगी करके बोल दिए। बाद में आप लोग आए, उधर रेनबो हॉस्पिटल को लेके गए, लेके जाके इधर ट्रीटमेंट करें। तो कमज़ोर हालत में थी इधर। बाद में फिजियोथेरेपी बोला इसको कम से कम 15 रोज़ इधर फिजियोथेरेपी कराना करके। बाद में रोज़ जाके फिजियोथेरेपी करा के लेके आती थी। बाद में ठीक से खड़ना, बात करना, सब चलना, सब सीखी, खेलना, बैठना, सब।
अच्छा, ये फिजियोथेरेपी के लिए जो खर्चा उठाया था वो इनका राइट टू लिव नाम के एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से उसके लिए डोनेशन आया था हमको।
जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। आपकी वजह से मेरी बच्ची फिजियोथेरेपी सब कर अच्छी हो को आगे है।
serve patients from the poorest section of society. We don't discriminate against people on any basis. In fact, we have patients from all backgrounds, all religions, and all ages. The only criteria is that they have to be poor and needy.
ಮಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅವರೇ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅವರೇ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಮಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅವರೇ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು?
ಮೊದಲು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ನೋವು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ರಾಯಚೂರಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ವಿ. ರಾಯಚೂರು ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲ ರಕ್ತ ಬೆಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಭಾಳ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸಂಜಾನ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೆದು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಅವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ರಾಯಚೂರಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಇವ್ರು ಏನದಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು.
ಸರಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಅವರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಹಾಯ ಆಯಿತು?
ಏನು ಸರ್, ತುಂಬ ಬಡವ್ರಿವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿದೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಅದು ಸಾಯಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಏನೋ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರನ್ನ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಶಿವನು ಏನೋ ಅಮ್ಮವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಮ್ಮವ್ರ ಕಡ್ಲಾಸಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವು ಮೆಡಿಷನ್ ನುಂಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಗ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮನೋಹರ್ ಅವರೇ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು? ನಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ನನಗೆ ಡೆಂಗು ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಸಂಜಾನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಪೈನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ತುಂಬ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಘುರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರು. ಅದರ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 3 lakhs ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವಿಂದ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದರು. ಈಗ ನಾನು 100% ಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮನೋಹರ್ ಅವರು.
ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್.
Right to Live is unique in that it gives 100% of its donation received to patients' treatment. Unlike most NGOs, no part of donation raised is used for administrative expenses. That's one reason many volunteers believe in our work and have joined in with us.
Hello, we have our Right to Live volunteer Shrikant with us. Hi Shrikant.
Hi.
How did you get to know about Right to Live?
They conducted a 5-kilometer walkathon. That is how I walked in and I came to know about Right to Live.
Oh, so how are you exactly involved in Right to Live?
I go with them to visit the hospitals and some of the patients, and that is how I'm involved with them as a volunteer.
Oh, as we come across so many NGOs, why do you believe in Right to Live?
I believe in Right to Live because whatever amount they get as a sort of contribution, it goes 100% to the patient only. There is no administrative cost, etc., etc. It's everything goes to. That is why I believe in Right to Live organization.
Okay, thanks for your time, Shrikant.
Right to Live is able to give 100% to the beneficiaries because we are mainly supported by Optimix for all our operating expenses. Optimix gives us a space to work out of, and they also finance all Right to Live administrative expenses, including staff salaries. In addition, many Optimix employees get involved with Right to Live as volunteers.
We have our volunteer Namita with us. Hi Namita, how are you involved with Right to Live?
Right to Live is a CSR activity of Optimix, and I have been associated from day one.
What made you to contribute Right to Live?
I feel everybody needs medical assistance, and this organization works towards it, and I feel happy to work for it.
People often ask us, how can we help? How can we get involved? One thing is for sure, volunteering enriches your life, and there's nothing more satisfying than seeing poor people get the life-saving medical treatment they need. Ashik Kalekal, RTL staff member, has a responsibility of recruiting and engaging volunteers.
What is a typical day that you have come across when you're working for Right to Live?
Well, in Right to Live, every day is different. Some days we are going to hospitals, taking patient intakes, interviewing patients. Every patient have a different story. Some days we are going to the corporates for fundraising and events. So every day in Right to Live is more challenging and more exciting.
What would you tell others? Why is it important to volunteer?
Well, I think you should come out of your comfort zone. Everybody should come out of their comfort zone one day and know what's really happening with the underprivileged, and dedicate your time, at least spend 2 hours or more with the NGOs and work for the underprivileged.